Hey, it's Dennis Shapovalov. Welcome to The Slice.
All right, people, welcome to The Slice. As our friend of the show, Dennis Shapovalov, has said, welcome to the match. We got Tommy Paul. We got a great match here. We got Tommy Paul versus Dennis Shapovalov. And both guys are in different spots right now as far as their tennis goes and the results go. So I think it's going to be super interesting because of the fact that because of where they're at, and they're both got super big games, got lots of potential, obviously, and lots of talent, as we know. So to me, let's just think about where they're both at. The warm-ups are just ending here. I got to plug in my laptop. 1 second here. I will be right back. We're back in the saddle. Apologies, but we have got, as I said, Shapo versus Tommy Paul. And Tommy Paul is serving here to start. And I think this is going to be a sweet match. The setting is we got Tommy Paul playing great tennis in Montreal last week, playing absolute fire. I forget who he took out, but he made it to, I think, at least the quarterfinals, where he lost to Dan Evans. But he played, great tennis. He beat Carlos Alcaraz. That's right. And then we got Shapovalov, who is obviously in the biggest slump of his career. Lost early in Montreal again, I think, to Demonauer after they had to come back off the break. But then Shapovalov this tournament just beat Dimitrov in straight sets, which is definitely probably the best win he's had in a couple months now, which is crazy. One of the only wins he's had in a couple months. So both these guys are coming into this match. They both got sweet games. You just saw Shapovalov there just smash a backhand return winner. We got the scores here. And like I said, I think this is just going to be a sweet match between two sweet players. We got Caleb Tobler from Kamloops, I think, saying, let's go Shapo. We got Team Canada versus Team USA today. So we'll see who gets the better of who. And this match is, as we said, just getting underway. Shapovalov got a little early lead in this first service game. 2 break points right off the bat here. It's Tommy Paul, TP, with Coach Brad Stein, they're showing there, wearing Womo Sport. We've been friendly with Womo Sport in the past. Great coach. Actually had a little chat with Tommy and his coach, Brad Stein. I think that was Rome, where we ran into each other on the practice court. I was getting some shots of Tommy. We chatted for a bit. He said he'd seen some of my stuff, which is cool. Tommy there just kind of throws in a bit of a loose first game, and Shapovalov gets the break to start. Perfect start for Shapovalov. If you're just joining us, welcome. A couple of you guys in here streaming in. I know it's as is customary when we got a match before this. When we scheduled a watch party, the match before is going 3 sets into a third set tiebreaker, and that is what happened. I think Katie McNally beat Ons Jabeur. No, Ons Jabeur beat Katie McNally in 9-7 in a third set tiebreaker. That's how she goes. That is how she goes. So Shapovalov with the early break over Tommy Paul. That'll help us move. Like I said before this, I was thinking, tweeted out, if Shapovalov beats Tommy Paul here, so he goes beating Dimitrov, then Tommy Paul, that's a great, you got to think the momentum's coming back then. You got to think he's moving in a good way, as Dominic Thiem would say, wouldn't you? Having some water spilt over myself like a degen. Looks like Cam Norrie just beat Andy Murray, it would seem. Yep. Tough for Andy Murray. Shapovalov starting well here. It's good. I don't know. Having interviewed Shapovalov in Stuttgart, he had a good attitude then, and I feel like he had a good attitude. He's had a fairly good attitude on court and in press, all the way through this bad slump that he's on. So props to him for that. Obviously, it can be a huge learning time. Huge hitting just off the ground there from Chapo to start here. Comfortably up 40-love in his first service game. So we'll see. Wow. Chapo just whipping with getting such easy power. He, I think word on the street is, and word from his camp is, they did a, decent training block in Florida before, right before the clay swing. He missed Monte Carlo, and I think he missed Barcelona as well. I think he showed up at Madrid and then did well in Rome. But I think he added some weight, added some muscle. Obviously, it hasn't paid off for him so far, but I think he's looking like a tank out there, isn't he? He's looking pretty beefed up. So that power that he already had, I think, it's becoming like easier even. TP coming in on the second serve, return and volley. We all know the serve and volley, but TP, Tommy Paul, bringing out the return and volley. What do you guys think about this matchup? 30-40 now. Tommy's got 2 points in a row. Just had to call let there. So a little disturbance there. Now they're going to be getting on the way again. So what's up, people? How you doing? If you're just joining here, leave a comment. Tell us what's up. Tell us how your day's going, where you're tuning in from. It's a Canadian tennis stream presented by PointsBet Canada. As you know, if you're going to be betting on the match, make sure you use PointsBet Canada if you're in Canada, Ontario specifically. Shapovalov gets through that, gets the consolation hold. We've got Sahil in here who says, let's go Shapo, another Shapo fan. Good stuff.
Hey, it's Dennis Shapovalov. Welcome to the Slice.
Every time we get a hate or a go Shapovalov from a fan in here, we will play the Welcome to the Slice from Shapovalov clip. Tommy Paul now serving. This match kind of doesn't have much emotion in it yet. Doesn't have the crowd really into it. There isn't, it's like middle of the day in Cincinnati. It looks pretty hot. Looks obviously sunny. Tommy's got, I think he even went harder on the sunscreen today. He made a tweet out yesterday or something about going a little less hard on the sunscreen because, as you can see, it's like covering his face. It's like the visible sunscreen, but I think he actually went harder today, which is funny. Welcome to the stream, people. If you're just joining, why don't you smash the like button, which will help us, and subscribe if you haven't already, obviously. When Tommy beat Carlos in Montreal, Tommy played pretty big. Like he, as I would say, speedballed Carlos in a lot of ways. Like he didn't let Carlos get on the front foot, and he really went at his forehand and backhand with pace and hit big, and it paid off for him big time. So I think Shapo's a guy you could do similar, you'd want to do similar things with. They got, anyone with huge weapons. Like I think the only way to take them out of their hand is to hit through them, or really change it up by like slicing a ton. But Tommy has the strength to hit big and take it to somebody. So yeah, that's what he did against Carlos. So far, getting broken in the opening service game here hasn't gone to plan for Tommy. But Shapovalov just missed like 3 forehands in a row there. So Tommy's on the board. 2-1. Sahil. Amazing, brother. Good going. Thank you, sir. Excited to be here with you. Having a go at this match, watching together. As people come join us, I think this match is going to be a good one. That's why I chose this. I was going to go Felix Demonauer, Felix Auger-Aliassime versus Demonauer. And I thought that, that wasn't as compelling to me as this match, Shapovalov versus Tommy Paul. And, I'm happy I did it because Felix he beat Demonauer pretty easily, which I love to see, obviously, as a Canadian. And that was the same, the level that Felix was playing at in Canada, where he beat Norrie super easily. I thought he was going to have with Medvedev and Alcaraz going out, I thought I had big hopes for Felix. So, and then he kind of, as I said on Twitter, malfunctioned against Casper Ruud. I don't know what the heck that was. That was probably the worst match I've seen him play in a long, long time. So this seems like he's kind of more back to the type of tennis he wants to be playing, beating Alex Demonauer, who's a pretty good player, obviously, in pretty easy fashion. Okimut says, let's go Shap. You know what that means.
Hey, it's Denis Shapovalov. Welcome to the Slice.
You get a little, hey, what's up from the man himself, Denis Shapovalov. So yeah, have any of you guys who are watching been to Cincinnati, been to the tournament? It's a pretty sweet venue. And excuse me there. And as I was saying, the big building, the new addition they have on the end of the court is like massive. It looks like something out of Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Unforced error there for Shapo on the backhand. He knows, everyone says it. That's what, everyone wants to see him just be more consistent, play safer. That's just not his game style, is it really? So I'll see how he manages that tonight. He's also obviously going to be looking for high first serve percentage. If we look at the stats here, as long as they're accurate, he has had a high first serve percentage, which helps. They're into a rally now, though, where I feel as though with the way Tommy's been playing, he almost has the advantage. Yeah, just like that backhand angled cross court. He's been playing very smartly and, has clean shots. He kind of has every shot. So that backhand right there is one where he hit through it big time, but he kind of took it so early and took the angle so aggressively that, Shapo just with the geometry of the court couldn't even get to it. So Tommy's dangerous from the baseline, really from anywhere in the court. Oh my gosh. Shapovalov just double faulted and like literally shanked his serve. Like you don't really see that often. And I actually noticed now that Shapovalov is playing with a blacked out Yonex frame. Interesting. Can't find a first serve. I don't think he's found his first serve in this game yet. So 3 break points for Tommy Paul. That is a shocking game from Denis Shapovalov. 2 double faults to hand, quite literally, hand the break back to Tommy Paul. So that's how quick it can go, and you can't, tight margins with these top players. So backhand unforced error from Shapovalov, nice winner from Tommy Paul, and then 2 double faults, and the game's over. So if you're wondering, that's how thin the margins can be in tennis. Sahil says, I'm from India. Haven't been there yet to Cincinnati, he's talking about, but surely we'll be in Cincy someday. That's it. I would advise it. That's a great trip. Shout out to India. I think India has the second highest amount of viewers per country is from India on the channel. So shout out India. Shapovalov gets the first point on Tommy's game. Tommy or Shapo's coach, Pete Polanski, kind of a quasi-retired challenger player, is still in the coaching box. Obviously with the run of form he's had, there's a lot of coaches would not survive that run, but Shapovalov and Peter are good friends, and obviously there's a lot of trust there, and maybe Shapo's knowing that it's probably not the coach, it's the player, but a lot of these games, Shapovalov, a lot of these losses that Denis has had, he hasn't played horrific tennis. He's kind of just lost close matches to good tennis players. So I feel like those types of losses, maybe he's just lacking some direction, lacking some, strategy of what he should be doing. So we'll see how this goes. I think he's got it. He's obviously, if he's playing his best, he's got a great chance. He's probably the favorite in reality against Tommy Paul today. But with the ways Tommy's been playing and the way Shapo's been playing, I would say that Tommy is probably the favorite. What would you guys say? That's right, Michael. Only 1 billion Indians out here. Steve Shapo seems to be returning well. He just needs to serve well. It's true. It's true. He served not well that last game, didn't he? So that was a donation. Paul didn't play a great first service game either. Kind of almost donated that break. So back on serve. Yeah, Shapo's returning has gotten better, I feel like. Tommy holds there at 30 all, gives a fist bump. Tommy seems locked in. Shapo seems locked in. These boys are both rocking and ready to go. So I think this match is going to be great. I think it's going to be great. I'm just going to tweet out that we are live on here. We are live, aren't we? So news from today is Dominic Thiem has accepted a U.S. Open wildcard, as we expected. I'm a little concerned for Dominic that he hasn't played since Kitzbühel, the tournament after Gstaad, where I am right now, which we just had a crazy hailstorm in the middle of August. Crazy hailstorm, biggest hail I've ever seen. It was nuts. So Thiem is playing in next week in Winston-Salem. He was supposed to play here in Cincinnati, had to pull out with a respiratory infection, cold, maybe COVID again. I don't know. That'd be crazy. Michael says many Indians in Cincinnati wearing RF hats. Yeah, I think they love, if I'm not mistaken, I think they love Roger Federer over in India. Matthew says, agree, Tommy Paul is favorite. Sahil says, Tommy is favorite, but it's time for Shapo comeback after the Oz Open loss against Nadal. It's been well, he did get revenge. He beat him in Rome. That is a long ways ago. But yeah, we are looking for Shapo to get back to top form kind of since then. That was, he was in the quarters at the Aussie, and he was in the fifth set with Nadal. So he would have liked his chances there. So, that was a tough loss for him, obviously. Tommy Paul is being so aggressive on the return, especially on the second serve of Shapovalov, really forcing that issue, and I'm sure putting pressure on Dennis. So nice play from Tommy. I like the backhand up the line, or backhand inside in return. That's it just makes tons of sense. Going up the inside in to the Shapovalov backhand. No, I guess that's the forehand technically, actually, but yeah, it's interesting. I like that. So Shapo, it seems like his first serve has gone away in these last two games. Shapovalov's got a ton of work on his second serve, so it's actually pretty hard to come in on. Like, that just shows how good Tommy's hands are, and not good news again for Shapovalov. Tommy's up love 30 in this return game. 10 of the last 12 points have gone to Tommy Paul. Love the comments, people. Love the comments. Are you team? I think everyone here is team Shapo. Are you team Canada or team US? Let's make it national. Let's make it a national battle. Shapo there finds the first serve, gets a free point off of it, and gives a fist pump. You need a fist pump. You need to keep yourself locked in, don't you? That's right, Matthew. Good point. That was Stockholm 2021, where Tommy Paul beat Shapovalov in the final. Shapovalov said, and I quote, after the final, he wants to kill himself. He's kind of joking because I think he had an advantage in that match, and and he felt like he kind of gave it away. I think it was a really tight battle, if I do remember correctly. Dennis and his coach Pete Polanski staying fired up about in this, digging out of a love 30 battle there with some big shots. I think everyone, Sahil's team Canada. Doria says team Shapo. Every time Shapo gets a shutout.
Hey, it's Dennis Shapovalov. Welcome to the slice.
Tommy Paul there with, I think, a winner. I heard some oozing off from the crowd to get another break point. So he did a block return and brought Shapo to the net and then passed him. Just clean play from Tommy Paul. You can't, this is what you expected coming into it, isn't it? Just nice tennis from Tommy. Calling him nice tennis Tommy. So Shapo now break point down. Doesn't find the first serve, kind of falling through that one. And there's an unforced error from Shapovalov, forehand into the net. That's just not what he's looking for. That's just too loose. And Tommy's just applying the pressure. Won 4 games on the trot after going down love 2. Shapovalov, no anger yet. No frustration, really. No bad body language, which is good. But so Shapovalov in a hole now in the first set after having a strong start, but He kind of can't seem to put balls in play right now. You know, there's that balance of going for your shots, going for what you know you can hit, and then playing the percentage play. You know, at this level with a guy as dangerous as Tommy Paul, if you just put the balls in the court, you're not going to win. So you have to hit the ball, but it's just such a, I feel like that margin gets compressed the higher up you go in the game, which right now, Tommy is playing, as I've said, at a very high level. And he's won 17 of the last 21 points. So this is a not great turnaround in the first set here for Shapovalov. There's a slice return, then a missed backhand. It's just too much of that. Got to be able to make 2, 3, 4, 5 shots in a row. So Tommy Paul, 5-2, quickly up 5-2. Matthew says, so many European players live in Monaco. Doesn't appear that many North American players live in Bahamas. Maybe tax not so bad in the States. Yeah, the Bahamas, I think is kind of like similar to Monaco for North America. It's like obviously tropical, but I think there's like a tax advantage as well. So I think the only players I know who are there is Kyrgios and Shapovalov. I mean, there's not too much crowd support for either guy. It seems almost there. I think the crowd's on Paul's side, but it's definitely not like hopping yet. It's probably a quarter full, the stadium, the grandstand, which I like that court. It's kind of a cool court. Anyways, what do you guys think? What does Shapovalov have to do right now to righten the ship? He'll be serving. And if he can hold here, get to 5-3, make Tommy think about it, that's what he's got to do. Time, 5-2, Shapovalov serving. 2-5. What do we think, people? What do we think? If you're just joining us, smash the like button and consider subscribing if you have not already. I'd like to think we got more awesome interviews coming up this fall and content here from the Slice. So thanks for being here and supporting the show. Also, the tip, just got to mention the tip jar is open. I got 100 Indian dinar. I think is that what it's called? Last week. Didn't know what that was. I thought somebody was going absolutely nuts. Still very nice. But first time I'd ever seen that currency. Chapo there holds first point of the game. Interested to see what that black Yonex racket is that he's using. Just misses that first serve. Shapovalov now up 30-15. Serve percentage, I think it's dropped quite a bit. Just going to double check the live stats here. There's a free point off the second serve, though. Yeah, Shapo's first serve percentage is 47% right now. According to the ATP. He's won out of the 9 first serves he's gotten in. He's won 7 of those points. So there's another first serve, but misses that one. So the game seems sped up. I don't know how to say it. It seems like the game is sped up for Shapovalov right now. He's either jumping at stuff, kind of going for it too much, or seems behind. But that could be in a large part what Tommy Paul's doing. Just taking the ball nice and early, taking away that little split second to disrupt the rhythm. There's a nice hold, though, for Shapovalov. Gives a fist pump to his team. And he's explaining, he's like, that's what I got to do. I just got to get first serves in. He's talking to his camp a little bit here. He's a bit more subdued in this time. This is what I've seen. Obviously, it's got to be rattling. To lose as many matches, obviously, it's got to be big-time rattling. Sahil says he's a big Kyrgios fan. Yeah, Matthew, that's great. Yeah, it was a pretty beat down win in my opinion against Alex Diemenauer. So that was a super good win for Felix. And you're right, good bounce back after Montreal. That was I'm calling it a malfunction now. What happened in against Rude? That was weird to me. So I think Shapovalov's asking for the replay of the serve. Can't believe that it was called in, but they do have the automatic line calling here. Good serving from Tommy Paul. 2 free points as he's trying to serve out this set. Two points, Shapovalov from going down a set after starting well. Yeah, Tommy just playing tight, clean tennis after the opening service game gaff. Just right on top of it. Right on top of it. Getting to work, playing confident. I'd love to see what the point differential right now is because Chapo just won a rally there. I just felt like that's one of the rare ones he's won recently. Crin, my bad. I did not see the comment there. I'd love to see the betting odds now. Chapo, Paul takes out the first set, takes the first set 6-3 fairly comfortably, it seems. Why don't we pull up PointsBet here and see what they've got right now. One second here, just pulling up these live odds, which I'm sure pretty big for Tommy. Yeah, right now they've got Tommy at 1.14, Shapovalov at 5.40 to win. So if you're counting on the Shapovalov turnaround and you're in Ontario, you got good value on that. But we'll see. I'm interested to see again how Shapo can react to this. kind of like what he can, because right now, it's like Tommy's playing well, but Shapo's just missing so much that it's a lot to his own. The losing is a lot to his own doing, I don't know. How do you guys see it? How do you see it? Thanks for smashing the like button. If you're just joining us, thank you for hitting the like button if you haven't yet. Second set now. After half an hour, fairly quick first set, Chapo is going to look to do something different. I'm sure, right, people? Right? He's got it. So we will see. Oh, gosh. Just rushing there, taking that ball out of the air. The drive volley, probably didn't have to. Clipping the net and it going long. Needless to say, protecting serve here is essential. First serve is totally not working. It's like Felix in Montreal. Shapovalov's first serve percentage for the match so far is 43%. Here's a big backhand. Kind of a safe big backhand, not too close to the lines. Gets the point, doesn't come back. Chapo there, just kind of a similar backhand, but just gets the weight wrong and just misses by a good 15, 10 feet. Chapo already up to 14 unforced errors. Here's the first serve that Tommy Paul read and then comes in after. Wow. That's just got to be it. That's just a dagger for Shapovalov. Like big first serve, barely comes back and then puts it cross court. Paul sticks it just up the line. It's got to be again. That's got to be rattling for Shapovalov. 2 break points now. This is the first serve. Not going Shapovalov's way right now with the first serve. Or the second serve. Double fault to get broken in the opening service game of set 2. This is just tough. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen Shapovalov explode at all or let any of the steam out, but it's just like, it's got to be so hard to take. So they're showing a graphic now of how far in the court Paul is taking the second serve, which is, almost a meter inside on average. So super aggressive on the second serve return. That puts pressure on the first serve. Could be a reason why Shapovalov's not finding his first serve. He's feeling more pressure on it, but can't be the whole story. Could just be an off day of serving. No aces so far. 44% first serves in. Just not going to get it done, is it? So we'll see if that can change. Tommy serving now. Chapo talking to the box. Tommy kind of just rolls that first serve in, or rolled that first serve in. And just plays like a nice calculated punch next ball. Gets Chapo moving and just lets the errors come. There's a rare unforced error for Tommy. Sorry, I just had to think about killing a fly there. In Switzerland, they have not figured out like screens, like bug screens on doors. They got these like weird like ribbons that kind of strings that hang down that people walk through that are supposed to keep the flies out. Does not really work very well. I see them at cafes and stuff, but I don't know. Flies are savage here. Oh my gosh, Tommy Paul. How fast can he be? And I think that racket just got smashed for Shapovalov, which you can't really blame him. Did everything right in that point, including the volley, honestly. That ball was maybe going out as well. There's the steam let off for Shapo. It just absolutely destroys that racket. And you know what? I like that move, honestly. You got to let the steam out somehow. You didn't see Felix do that against Rude. Felix just kind of isn't like that, but Shapo's just got to be carrying a lot of stress with this run that he's on, which, you can't blame him, but we'll see if he can turn it around. If you're doing a drinking game, we would have definitely had I don't know what you would call it, an action for a racket smash. That would have been a big one. Solid, just a two poke racket smash. Chapo back serving, first serve in. These courts do look very quick. Chapo gets the point there on his serve. I just love to see Chapo get like 4 first serves in a row. See what that does for him. Another forehand error. Shapovalov. What are we up to now? Don't think. It's very good. This time, Shapovalov finishes it off with a little dink over the net. Big serve, big running volley. That gets a shout and a fist pump and a come on from Shapo. Big first serve. Puts the forehand kind of into like the body of Tommy. Seemed to kind of like jam Tommy's knee up a little bit when he tried to stop that. There's a pretty solid hold there for Shapovalov. Gets a fist pump. So we'll see if Tommy starts to think about it. What do you guys think? Is Shapo able to turn this around? Kryn says, Felix will play the winner of Sinner versus Kecmanovic match happening now. I don't know much about Kecmanovic, but I assume Sinner is the favorite. Kecmanovic had a great start to 2022. He's Serbian, if you don't know. Good player. I think he's around like 30-something in the world. Sinner, yeah, probably the favorite, definitely. But both guys can play. Both guys will be a challenge for Felix, I think, but I take Felix over both those guys on a quick hard court. Because of what? Because of the serve. Yeah, Tommy pulled up there a little bit with his knee. So that's slightly concerning. Might have just been like a slight buckle. What do you think? Corinne's not having faith. She's not having the faith right now in Shapo, which is fair enough. Hate to say. So Shapo's going to have to get into these return games. But Tommy's been very clean so far. Very clean on the serve so far. For the match, only one ace, but winning 84% of his first serve points, 45% of second serve. Tommy's just getting that first serve in. He's not absolutely he's not swinging as hard at those first serves as Shapo is. He's just kind of getting him in, and Shapo return isn't up to par as of yet. But he got a good one in there, and it's 15 all. Extended rally here, one of the only of the match so far. Both guys moving their feet. And then, I don't know what happened there. Shapo just kind of missed the ball. Ball literally hit the ground before the net. You know, so baseline points won 18 each. So they're even from the baseline, it seems. I think it's all the serve and return battles where Tommy is winning. Shapo's got it to 30 all, though, here in this game. So he's looking to have settled down a little bit, giving good positive fist bump signs to his box. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Tommy comes forward, nice. That return goes into the net. So Tommy holds 3-1 to the dismay of Shapovalov and his team. It seems like Shapo doesn't even kind of really understand what he's not doing right. In a lot of these times where he misses or he's not, getting what he wants done, which makes sense. If he knew what he was doing wrong, maybe he would not do it. Yeah, it's almost kind of tough to watch. Shapo's asking if that ball was in or not. He's going for the slice up the line. He doesn't seem like he has a committed plan or shot pattern or kind of strategy he's going after. It seems like with his footwork, he's almost double guessing double thinking some of the shots he's about to take, whereas Tommy's kind of just methodically kind of just ripping shots where he wants. He doesn't seem to be overthinking it. He seems very calm. Shapo's now down again, love 30. Danger time here for Shapovalov again. Doesn't get another first serve. What do you guys think? Is this, I don't know, it's not looking good. Second serve. Gets a free point off of it. 15-30. But yeah, Shapovalov's basically just hanging on. Great second serve return from Tommy up the line. Just absolutely killing Shapovalov on that second serve return. Two break points to basically roll the stone over the tomb, you would think. Just can't find his first serve at all. 46% for the match. Into a little bit of an extended rally here. Shapovalov stepping up in the court, hitting a clean winner. That'll make him feel a little better. Still just not finding the first serve. Second serve here on break point number 2. That's a double fault. I think that is the third time he's double faulted on break point in this match. I think I'm hearing some boos in the crowd. Oh, it's just a tough scene out there, people. My guy, Scorpion Cricket, big fan. I'm also a big fan of you. People, folks, watching at home in Canada, what does Chapo got to do? I think this match might be over, and it's not in a good way, as our friend Dominic Thiem would say. Oh, it's true. That's true, Crin. At least he's not going to make us suffer long. I think he's suffering. I think we're suffering watching this. So you can see his ranking has dropped down to 21 in the world. So he's just playing tougher opponents earlier, like Tommy Paul, but it's a Masters 1000. So that's just what you're going to get. But I notice the camera is not showing Shapovalov at all while he's sitting down. Yeah, apparently somebody fainted in the crowd, so maybe that's going to help. Shapo would just pause for a second here. I don't know. What am I listening to? This is great. They're saying this person in the crowd is not responsive, and the umpire is asking the crowd. The umpire is getting involved. So we got Chapo saying to his box, "I don't know what to do. I'm missing by this much." I think he's talking about the first serve, I would assume. So now we're seeing if we can continue while the person has fainted in the crowd. I hope it's just a fainting. Chapo is trying to figure out what he needs to do to get some first serves in. You're probably right, Crane. You're probably right, but I don't know. He got top 10 in the world, right? By doing same mentality, same game. So he's just not, he's just in a big rut right now. That's all that I can say. That's all that I can really think. Cheaper. The medical takes a long time to get out there. Anyways, I think we're back rolling now. Tommy's jumping around. I think it's Tommy Paul to serve, up a double break, up 4-1. Good question, Jacob. I mean, I'm not a fan of the coaching. I think it kind of changes tennis fundamentally. And they kind of have it mic'd up. I saw, at least in Canada, you could kind of hear what the coaches were going to see or were saying, which made it cool. I think if they are going to allow coaching, they got to like bring the fans into it, make it a fan experience, like definitely have the coaches mic'd up so we can hear what they're saying. But I'm not a fan, I think, of the rule change. I don't think tennis needs to, like, that doesn't help. The only reason for, I think, tennis to change rules is to make it more viewer friendly for the modern, younger, shorter attention span audience. And I don't think that has anything to do with that. So I don't know why they would change that rule, to be fair, to be honest. Jay Hunt, my guy, you're not the only one who wants to be set up with Raducanu, I'll tell you that. She just beat Serena Williams pretty bad last night. Extended rally here, which have actually been fairly even once they actually get into it. Chapo defending. And unforced error there from Tommy, as he was forced to come to the net by a bit of a mishit from Shapovalov. So another little look into the game here for Chapo. Bad luck. I don't bet on tennis currently, but are you in Ontario, Canada? Because if so, you need to be joining PointsBet Canada, our official sponsor and the official sportsbook of the Slice. And look at this. Denis Shapovalov, after the person fainted in the crowd, has 2 break points to try and cast a lifeline in this match, as he's down currently a double break. So maybe that person in the crowd slowing down the match gave Chapo time to figure something out, settle down. More likely, it gave Tommy Paul a bit of time to overthink what's going on. 2 break points, Shapovalov. Tommy lays down an ace to erase the first break point. And that's the break, though. Shapovalov gets a break. Tommy Paul with a forehand unforced error. So a lifeline has been thrown to Shapovalov. Will he consolidate, take it, and use it? Nervous times here still for the young Canadian serving now. He's really got to make some first serves here, you think. Tommy Paul just starting to misfire a bit more here. After playing such a clean match up until this point. Definitely assisted Shapovalov in getting that break in the last game. Unforced error there on the first point. There's a double fault again from Shapovalov. I think it's his 5th. 6th. I know that. It's a great forehand there from Shapovalov. Clean winner. Jayant says she bageled Azarenka too. Are they playing right now? Because I was going to say she bageled Serena. Wow, and Raducanu did bagel Azarenka to start. That's big time. Big time energy. And an error forehand, another forehand error there from Paul. Gives Shapovalov 2 game points to get 2 games in a row. Still down a break though. Shapo kind of just rolled the first serve in there and Tommy Paul missed it. So Shapo's finding a bit of something here. We don't know quite what it is yet, but it's something. And he's moving back onto track, it seems, in a bit of the sense. You know, this match is in Cincinnati, obviously, Midwest city. They got some country music playing in the background I can hear. A little Darius Rucker, if I'm not mistaken. Little wagon wheel action to keep, to lighten the mood here. These intense tennis matches. We got Denis Shapovalov stressing out, trying to get a win again. Tommy Paul, all these guys, a lot of money on their line for these players. It would be nice to have a lot of money on the line, wouldn't it? So thanks for being here, liking, subscribing, joining the channel, tossing a tip in the tip jar. Anything you guys can do to support, appreciate it much. Let's take a look here at the rankings. Yes, as we know, we got Felix Auger-Aliassime, number 9 in the world. Dennis has dropped down to the 3rd highest ranked Canadian. Jayant with some words for Shapovalov. Jacobo. Yeah, I'm not sure what pressured that change. I feel like it was just the ATP. I heard the president, Andrea Gaudenzi, saying, it's hard to police the coaching in general. And I, recently with, players like Tsitsipas, the coaching issue had come up more and more. So that might be what pushed it. I'm not sure. A little bit of an extended rally there, ending with a Shapovalov unforced error into the net, which is a too common thread for him, for his interests as of now. Shank return there by Shapo brings out an error from Tommy Paul. Gato, did you take Shapovalov at 2.5? Was that pre-match? It's a great volley by Shapovalov now. It's got another little look into the Tommy Paul service game. This would be pretty crazy if he was able to get this second break in a row. Getting some more positive vibes here from Shapovalov. We'll see. Can he do it? Good return by Shapovalov. Settles into the rally, playing defense. Tommy's just hitting so well. Shapovalov guesses right. And passes Tommy Paul. Just great work there, staying composed on defense for Shapovalov. Gets to play another shot by a not perfect volley from Tommy Paul, and now is looking at 2 more break points. That's the tennis that we know Shapovalov can play. The athletic, being able to defend and then hit with the knockout punch whenever he has an opportunity. Great return there from Shapovalov. Good backhand. And he gets another break. Look at this. Denis Shapovalov brings it to 4-all. He's won 3 games in a row. What's this, people? We got Shapovalov back in the driver's seat. We're back. We have a match again. Felt like we were watching like some type of tragedy play unfold before us, but we've got Shapovalov back in this match. Tommy takes a breath, closes his eyes. I'm sure he's not happy with what's going on. Got a fly trying to attack me. Now, Shapo's going to have to hold. Wow, is this for real? Go Shapo, says Crin. Shapo is feeling it, said Jacobo. And Shapo's odds of winning just went from 7.25 to 3.35. Which is amazing. And there's a first serve that gets a free point. Those have been sorely lacking tonight, but maybe coming in right at the opportune moment. Shapovalov's first serve has creeped up to 50% for the match. Tommy's kind of moping around at the back corner there, not seemingly locked in. I think it's definitely a hot one out there. So there's Shapo moving those feet and getting the game. Wow, that's a big turnaround. That's 4 games in a row for Shapovalov. A little smile on Peter Polanski, the coach's face, with a fist pump. We've got a turnaround here on Grandstand Court in Cincinnati, people. We're all getting a little bit excited here in the chat, aren't we? Wow. Just looking at the stats. Sorry. Let's pull them up here. Let's pull them up. Terrible winner to unforced error ratio for both guys. It's about 50% higher winners. First serve percentage for Shapovalov is this, compared to the ATP stats. ATP says 51%. Interesting stuff. We'll see. We'll see if Shapovalov can continue to add this pressure to Tommy Paul, who is, ever since that person in the crowd fainted, the match has totally gone Shapovalov's way. So Tommy now serving to stay in the second set. Earlier, we saw a crazy swing of points for Tommy Paul. In the last 20 points, Shapovalov has won 16 of them. Paul only winning 4, but he wins the first one of the 10th game here in the second set. The clean winner. I don't know, peeps. What do you guys think? What do you think? Is this going 3? Are we going 3 here? That's the question. Maybe it gets pushed to a tiebreaker and Tommy still wins. I don't know. Shapovalov kind of just reined it in a lot, and he's just able to defend now, where he was just missing earlier. He's making Tommy Paul hit through him. He's not giving up a lot. And it's working out. That was a good point there from Shapovalov. Defending. Letting Tommy make the errors for a change. Great first serve from Tommy. Gets the ace. So Crin says, yes, Shapo in 3. Never doubted him for a minute. Well, I don't know. I heard that suffering comment earlier. He said, basically, he's putting us out of his misery, having this go quick, but we'll see. We're still just on serve here, technically, in the second set, but Shapo has won the last 4 games on the trot. That's just nice. Shapovalov just sitting there on the backhand side, just playing topspin backhands, not ripping them, just playing them at a nice, 75, 80% pace and spin, good margin, just allowing the point to play out. Shapovalov actually has the majority, 18-12 of baseline points won in this match. Don't know how they're calculating that stat exactly. Is that when they're both behind the baseline? Or they're not at net? I don't know. Does it have to be a point when it's, is it a serve return? Tommy with a nice forehand there. So it really looks like Shapovalov is actually kind of, which some people have criticized him for not having a B game where you can kind of drop down into a defensive level or change your tactic. It seems like he's done that here, at least on this return game, and he's really started just, I'm just not going to miss. I'm going to let Tommy make the mistakes, and I'm going to make Tommy hit winners past me, which, Tommy's has been able to hit a few, but he's also hitting more mistakes than winners right now. So yeah, Mateo, I don't see any injury there for Tommy. So I think it's just getting a bit tight, and Shapo's making a lot less errors is the main thing. Shapo's not really overpowering anyone right now. He's just making less errors, and Tommy started to make more errors. Do you guys understand? Do you understand what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, Tommy's just starting to just really, you see Coach Brad Stein there starting to get uneasy in his chair. We got set point actually here for Shapovalov now. The advantage in this game, a set point after being down a double break in the set. You did not see that coming. Don't tell me you did. Set point, Shapovalov. Tommy Paul to serve. Wow, Tommy throws in a big kicking first serve and volley. That's a gusto shot right there. High-powered kick serve, which I guess takes away, if you execute that well, like he did, it takes away a lot of the risk coming in behind it because it's hard to do something with it from where it was at. But just a good play. Back to deuce. 1 set point save for Tommy Paul. Second serve coming. There's another unforced error from Tommy Paul. And set point number 2 coming here for Shapovalov. What do you know, people? If you're just joining us, welcome to the Canadian Tennis Stream presented by PointsBet Canada, our partners in the game. If you're on Ontario, join the PointsBet Canada Sportsbook to get in on the action and get a nice welcome bonus. There's another good first serve for Tommy Paul on set point. Just on the line. Chapo can't believe it. But it did look like it was on the outside portion of the line. That's the closest mark I've ever seen. Like, there was like no overlap there. It was literally just touching. It was like they were just 2 circles beside each other. Tough one for Shapovalov. Then he misses the return, so Tommy's got game point here. This is a long game, 7-minute game. Wow, great return from Shapovalov, who comes forward, chases it down, and we're back to deuce. See what happens here. Double fault. Tommy Paul gives Shapovalov another set point. His third. Will he get it done here? Set point in a rally, extended rally. Paul coming forward. Chapo getting there. Oh, and Tommy Paul missing a very simple put-away volley. And we're going 3, people. I don't think you can believe it. Can you believe it? Somehow, Denis Shapovalov pulls out the Houdini act in that set and survives, winning 6-4 after being down 4-1. Now, if that doesn't deserve a welcome to the slice from Chapo, I don't know what does.
Hey, it's Denis Shapovalov. Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice, says that Denis Shapovalov, as he takes it 3. This is kind of the most fighting spirit I've seen in a match I've watched from Chapo in a long time. He has played well. He beat Dimitrov. He lost a very close one to Alex de Minaur, which he was fighting and playing well in Montreal. So his game is trending, I think, in the right direction, and this has been a great effort to get to the third set for Denis Shapovalov. Definitely a bit of a letdown as well from Tommy Paul. A lot more unforced errors than we saw in the first set from Tommy, and that's interesting. Jacobo, Jacobo, I am not going to the US Open this year. I'm still in Europe, and I will be doing reporting from the middle of the night here in Europe as I will be paying for. But it'll be fun. It will. So anyways, I'm just going to go to the bathroom quickly, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I think we might have seen a Tommy Paul bath break there. Shapovalov's asking for another banana. He's locked in. We're going 3. We are going 3. Jiminy Cricket says, finally, the kind of Shapo I want to see. Let's go. Well, I can't show you a stat by stat on our thing here, but I can tell you that on the ATP stats, set 2, Shapovalov's first serve percentage was up slightly, 56%. First serve points won, 79%. Only 52% first serves won for Tommy. So he really dropped in that set. I can't see winners or unforced errors, but we can pull up here on our stats here, the unforced errors seem to creep up a lot for Tommy at the end of that match, or that set 2. And Shapo's stayed the same. That ratio has been 10 to 20 for the last 4 or 5 games. So Shapo's really locked down, played solid tennis, and just let Tommy Paul kind of implode a bit, which is fair, which is a huge part of tennis. A lot of times tennis is showing up and just making the other guy play. And I'm really happy to see that for Shapo, that he didn't lose this match by just continuing to try and hit through the court, hit winners, but he switched up his strategy and it's paid off for him big time. So that's awesome. That's a maturity thing I think a lot of people have been waiting to see for Shapovalov. And we'll see how that plays out in the third set. But I think Tommy Paul is still in the bathroom. Tommy Paul is on the way back to the court, is what they have said. Interesting. I'm just going to tweet out. So I'm just tweeting out here. Said, really good to see Shapovalov switch up his strategy from down 1-4 in the second set. Stop missing, defended well, and let Tommy Paul start imploding. Is imploding not a word? Imploding. Wow. Well, folks, we are in for a third set now. Tommy probably did the old bathroom clothes change. And we're ready for a third set. Tommy Paul played very good for 1.5 sets there. But now we're tied 2-2 because he let it slip at the end of that second set. And Shapovalov dropped into low gear to stop missing and play solid and defend. So definitely the guys met in the middle there. Shapovalov now serving to start this third set. Shapovalov with another double fault. I think that's 6 up to this point. Yep, that is 6. So Shapo's first serve percentage still atrocious, but it's just over 50% now. Huge backhand, clean backhand winner there from Shapovalov. That's always going to make you feel good. Shapo missing. Forehand error. First one in a while, to be fair. Tommy giving a few come-ons, trying to get woken back up. Crowd has kind of been pretty out of this match so far, I would say. Raducanu looks like she cruised by Azarenka. And there's that doubles paying off for Denis Shapovalov, closing that net really nicely, putting away the stab push volley. Very nice from Shapovalov there. Gets himself a game point. On forehand error there from Shapovalov, though. Gets it to deuce in this game. Don't think I need to say it, but crucial the first game of the set for Shapovalov to hold. Tommy's trying to get his momentum going again. So any first serve that Shapo can buy right now, I'm sure he'll put thousands of dollars up for it if you could just buy first serve right now. Rolls in a kicking first serve. Tommy, super good return and gets the point. Sets up a break point here. Tommy Paul return has been very impressive tonight. That, as I said, that may be playing into the poor serving performance so far from Shapovalov. Deuce, back to deuce here. Cincinnati, we got some more Chapo fans in the house. Chapolet on the second serve. You know what that means? I said every time a Chapo shutout we
Hey,
get.
it's Dennis Shapovalov. Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice from the man himself. You're watching him. He's here for the slice community. Thanks for being here. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. It helps us out. And click subscribe. Another double fault error. I think the 7th for Shapovalov. And that does not help him. So he's down break point again. He's going to have to save himself here. The double faults. Service tonight is the issue for Dennis. There's a great first serve. Virtual ace. That is a sight for sore eyes for Dennis Shapovalov fans. Haven't seen many of those tonight, have we? So that is good stuff. Back to deuce in this crucial first game of the third set. Shapovalov coming forward and getting the point. Nice controlled aggression there. It's true, Cincinnati. Apologies if I'm getting that wrong. Tommy Paul has been playing well a lot of the time in this match. It has been a streaky match for both guys. That's for sure. Wow, yeah, that's the doubles. Great volley, great coming to the net, and great volley to get through that game by Shapovalov. A lot of ATP top men's players right now are going to either miss that volley or just not execute a good volley, and probably Tommy Paul would have a second shot there, but Shapovalov able to just control the racket face there and just put that volley away through the court with some pace. Super nice technique there. Good stuff. So Shapo's in the lead here in the third set. This would be, here's a question for you guys. If Shapo was to win this from down a set and 2 breaks, how much more momentum would that give? How many bad losses would that shake off? How much dust would that shake off for Shapovalov going forward? You know, I feel could be quite substantial. Shapovalov gets into a good rhythm again to start this Tommy Paul service game. Gets the error from Tommy. Now it's really in the last 5-6 games, Tommy Paul's been the one making more of the errors than Shapovalov, you'd have to say. You can see Coach Brad Stein there giving Tommy. You can't hear what he's saying, which I wish we could. I don't. Like I said earlier, if they're going to introduce coaching, I feel like for the viewer, we should be able to hear what they're saying. It would be super interesting. Tommy's saying some things there. I think he kind of said, I don't know. I don't know what he said, but definitely Brad Stein, who used to coach. Jim Courier, great mind in the box for Tommy. Good thoughts, people. We'll see. Sandy says, but sometimes Chapo when get start going so well and so many time get always broken. Yeah, he'll look like he's going in a good way and then it'll change quickly as things tend to do for him. But 30 all here in the Tommy Paul service game. So Shapovalov's looking a lot better. He's looked, you know, I didn't actually get to watch any of the Dimitrov match, but I'm assuming this is what he looked like for a lot of that match, just playing solid, hitting winners when they're there to be hit, not forcing anything. Wow, Tommy with an incredible pickup, but can't follow it up as Shapovalov comes into the net aggressively, and Shapovalov's got a break point here. If Shapovalov breaks here, that is 6 games in a row. No, he's already won 6 games in a row. This would be 7 games in a row. Quite a turnaround after the person in the crowd passed out. So maybe that was a paid person by Shapovalov. I don't know. Tommy just can't find the court now, as Shapovalov couldn't earlier. Bit of a let off there from Shapovalov. Back to deuce. There's another unforced error from Tommy Paul. Sorry. Shapovalov has another break point. Tommy's game has really definitely dropped off, I think, since the beginning. Doesn't seem to be as aggressive right now. He's more just kind of sitting back. But at the same time, Shapovalov's just not really missing anymore as much at all. Like he's probably lessened his missing by like 70% with the eye test, with the non-stat having eye test. Oh, and then Shapo just shanks that backhand. He's how? I've never hit that bad of a backhand. That is a weird one. It was kind of a shank where the ball didn't fly anywhere. It just kind of fell in front of his racket. That is an interesting one. King Adjust, what's up? Back in the chat. I don't think you've really been in here since the Australian Open. Is that right? We've missed you. There's a come on from Tommy Paul. He wants it. Got a yes, come on from Tommy. You know, I think both these guys are great dudes, great players. So it actually really sucks to see either guy lose, but they will live to see another day. I think the prize money for losing in this round, let me just pull it up here to make us all feel better for them and worse probably about our own careers. You know, as I've thought to myself and told players, like with the slice here, we're basically in like the futures of tennis media. Maybe like getting to the challengers right now. Challengers, probably. Actually, probably, yeah, challengers. You know, I'm not feeling too bad financially for any of these players. I think this is technically the second round. So the loser of this match gets 45 grand. So that is pretty insane. That's more money than I'm going to make this year. As I'm now full-time with the slice. We had another, meanwhile, I'm yabbering on about finances. Shapovalov's got another and another break point, and he does convert it. Shapovalov with the fist pump and the break point. Huge, insane turnaround. This is a 7-game sweep so far for Shapovalov. Jordan, my friend, there is no match fixing going on here. I'm sorry, mate, to tell you that. Just how it rolls in tennis. Things go up, things go down. Tommy's definitely lost his spark since the person in the crowd fainted. So Shapovalov is now the leader in this match. It's good hitting there from Shapovalov. That's just the game. That's just a solid game that he needs to play. That's good stuff. Let's look at the live odds here on PointsBet Canada. Yep. Now we got Denis Shapovalov 1.25 to win the match. Tommy Paul 3.85. So big swing in value. If you threw money on Denis Shapovalov at 7-1, you're sitting in a good place right now, aren't you? Good point there again. That's the right type of play. Shapo went for the slice there to come in after. It's a good play. I think he knows that. You can see him working through that, going even, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking it, but he kind of nodded his head. He goes, I think he's okay with that. You know, he just missed the slice coming in, but he was doing the right things. And he was in a winning position there. Interesting. Kryn. So we got Felix versus Yannick Sinner. That's a good match. That is a tasty match in the third round. That is a nice match. Felix versus Sinner. I'm taking Felix, though, because of these courts, because of his serve. Shapovalov 2 points from consolidating and making it 8 games in a row. Shapovalov 8 games won in a row since the person in the crowd fainted. To be fair, Tommy honestly does look wiped a bit. He's sweating like an insane amount. He looks like cooked. All of that sunscreen is off. That was on at the beginning of the match. So, I mean, Shapovalov's up he's up one break. And so here we go. We'll see if Tommy Paul can put some pressure on Shapovalov. Shapovalov's looking locked in, looking in a good spot. And Tommy does look quite kind of tired and sweaty and subdued now. Okay, we got a spammer. Sean. Sean says, Shapo finding some grit. That is absolutely true. Oscar Manuel says, leave Tommy. I don't think we're going to see a retirement here. Jacobo, wow, Tommy's forehand is so off. Who do you have between Kyrgios and Fritz? Kyrgios and Fritz, man, that's a tough one. I'd say honestly, maybe Fritz at this point, just from the quick courts, how big he can hit from both wings. But if there's anyone who can get in somebody's mind or get them off their game, it's Nick Kyrgios. So he's also playing lights out tennis these days. So we'll see. Yep. Double fault there by Tommy Paul. Crowd is still kind of out of this, honestly, a little bit. But we'll see. If you're just joining us, people, welcome to the Canadian Tennis Stream. Thanks for being here. I am your host, Stephen Boughton, trying to navigate these scenes for you. As we've had at the beginning of the match, Tommy Paul absolutely cruising, making no mistakes. Shapovalov making all of the mistakes. And that's kind of completely reversed. At 4-1, Tommy Paul was up 4-1 in the second set, a double break. And a lady in the crowd fainted. There was about a 5-minute delay. Shapovalov has won 8 games in a row since then. Looks like Tommy Paul's about to get his first game since then, right now. But it's been a pretty crazy turnaround. Shapovalov, I will give him credit, obviously, has played great. He's stopped making mistakes. He's just locked in. He's just tried to play a lot. He's just played a lot more solid. And Tommy has really kind of declined. He's started to miss a lot more, and he's kind of looks a bit fatigued, looks a little bit gassed, as you would say. So big turnaround. And we're now 3-1 in the third set. And Shapo's in the lead big time. Just has to stay solid, which he is doing at the moment. Nice forehand there after the serve for the Canadian. There's a loose forehand from Shapovalov. Haven't seen too many of those recently, so let's take another look now at Double fault there, coming back for Shapovalov. There's an unreturned serve for Shapovalov, which is music to his ears. Tommy can't handle the not being able to slow the roll here. Had a little look in this game, 15-30. 2 missed returns. Second one was definitely makeable. It's crazy to see, like, Shapovalov has not just had like any games where he's hit a couple aces and just like easily gone through the game, right? He's had to work for everything because his serve just is not there. And there's a miss from Chapo coming forward, just goes slightly long. Keeps it together. Chapo does have 1 ace now. We're at deuce. So, crucial part of the match. Great pickup from Shapovalov. And Tommy comes forward, can't do the volley. Just not, he's confused as to what's going on with that. Chapo kind of just placed that pass. Instead of going for the pass, he kind of just put it right at Tommy with not full on pace, and that kind of tricked Tommy, it seems. Chapo gets out of the game 4-1 off the missed Tommy Paul's second serve return, which earlier in this match, we saw Tommy being so aggressive with that second serve, really hitting it well, stepping in, taking that early. Now just not being able to connect those dots, which for Paul and his coach, Brad Stein, worrying. It's been, as I said, a complete shift here. So that's crazy. What do you guys think? What is your guys' take? What is Chapo winning this now? Like, can't believe it. Like half an hour, 45 minutes ago, we were saying Chapo has like no chance. So that is pretty big turnaround, isn't it? PC, Canadians having a good day. It is. Felix won easily earlier. Shapovalov is in a winning position here for sure, 4-1. Felix versus center is going to be a sweet match. Yes. Korean, amazing turnaround. I think he has it now. I think, I've got a feeling he has it now too. Holding there, he's got to just hold 2 more times. That's all he's got to do is hold serve twice more. And the match is his. Double fault for Tommy, so Ukraine, you're right. Actually, I was looking at that massacre of Canadians at the WTA 125. I think that was yesterday, wasn't it? But I haven't looked at. I mean, I think they're just getting underway today. But yesterday, yeah, the women got slaughtered. Men did better. All three Canadian men in the main draw there won. Tommy Paul, nice point there. First good one in a while. Tommy with the good serve there. A little come on. So it looks as if Tommy Paul will hold here to get to 4-2. The pressure is going to be on Shapovalov now again to just hold twice. That's what he's got to do. Hold 2 times. And Paul gets through this game 4-2. New ball's coming, so that's going to help Shapovalov on serve. I think I saw some F words from Brad Stein coming down to Tommy Paul there. Maybe telling him to get his ass in order, figure it out, get energized. I'm sure it was a passionate speech. Tommy throwing the towel down. This is the pressure moment. New balls for Shapovalov on serve. That'll help him with the first serve. That'll hurt him on the aggressive Tommy Paul second serve returns. If we do see those, it's a good start for Shapovalov, though. Interesting. Rude's losing to Shelton. Yeah, Casper Ruud is down a set and a break to the American home country favorite, Ben Shelton, who's a super exciting young player. Big serve, big game. I'm going to keep an eye on this one as well. Shapovalov's up 30-love. There's a great point from Shapovalov. Huge forehand. Tommy slipping out wide here and then smacking his racket a few times. His kind of foot got caught behind him. I think that hurts, actually. It was a good first serve from Shapovalov, man. And he's looking totally composed, totally ready to just win this match after being down a set and a double break. If there's that type of score or there's a type of win that could maybe get you out of a rut, you'd have to think it's one like this where you come back from just losing another match, being on the brink of just going down again. But finding a way to get through it, that's just the ultimate confidence boost, you think, and doing it against a player as good as Tommy Paul after already beating Dimitrov, that's just double whammy. So things are rolling in the right direction for Denis Shapovalov, and we have not been able to say that enough as of late. Now, have we? What do you guys think? What's going to happen? So Tommy Paul serving to stay in the match. In the match. Chapo, is he going to break here or is he going to hold after it? Tommy Paul missed backhand, unforced error from Paul. Wow, there's a great volley from Tommy. Great volley from Tommy at a pretty intense point to get it to 15 all. Check out the side cheddar on this one. Kisses the side of the line. Puts it away with the smash. Shapovalov is 3 points from the match at this point, which I'm still, based on how terribly it was going earlier, it's kind of hard to believe. There's a forehand error from Shapovalov. Tommy coming forward nicely there, putting away the volley. So he's going to ask Shapovalov to serve it out, it seems. 40-15. And that will be it. So Tommy Paul gives it, come on. He still wants it. He's not giving up here, but the match is on Shapovalov's racket as he's serving now for the match. 5-3. Can he withstand the pressure? And making the third round here at Cincinnati, it's a big, it's a big result for Shapovalov after what the run of form and results that he's been on. Still not finding that first serve, but Tommy Paul is not finding the backhand return on the second serve. He's not finding much right now. His game's kind of just totally left him, which is pretty amazing. Big first serve for Shapovalov. Gets 2 points from the match. So Shapovalov's first serve percentage in this third set is up to 73%. So he's totally found his first serve again. Maybe he's taken some pace off of it, but he's figured out a way basically. And I'm honestly proud of Shapovalov for this because it's tough to do. That's the thing he struggled with, is being able to find that good B game. And I don't want to speak too soon here, but even if he was to go on to lose this match, he's absolutely changed his strategy, changed his play style to have a chance. And That's what it did. He's had 10 double faults today. He's by no means played a high-level match for his standards, but he's found a way to make this competitive, which is what the best players do. They win matches when they're not playing their best. So this will be a confidence. And now we got a ball kid icing Shapovalov as he's trying to serve out this match. Does not find a first serve again. And luckily for Dennis, Tommy misses another second serve return. So now that's 2 match points for Shapovalov and what will be an amazing turnaround, comeback win. And I'm sure we will see some steam being let off after this one if he gets it done. Which he does. Denis Shapovalov points at his box and actually a fairly muted celebration. Sure, he feels a little bit bad for Tommy Paul, who totally kind of went away there in the second half of that match, but that's got to feel good for the Canadian kid. Points to his heart. You got to fight. That's what Shapo says. You got to keep fighting, and that's what he did today. He kept fighting, but he fought smart. He didn't just fight harder. He fought smarter. He changed up. He started going for less, playing solid, stopped missing, and found a serve by the end, which really sealed it. So huge win, in my opinion, for Shapovalov. Tough one for Tommy Paul, who you wish you could see both guys play their best, but wow, amazing turnaround for Denis Shapovalov. Wins it 3-6, 6-4, 6-3. So I got to go to bed. I got an early morning, people, but we will see you next time. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for subscribing, liking this video, and tossing a toonie in the tip jar if you feel like it. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you here next time